Hello, this is Marc Humbert speaking, Chief Editor of the European Respiratory Journal. Welcome to this last podcast of my editorship. Today is a very special day because I have the great pleasure to welcome my friends Martin Kolb, future Chief Editor of the European Respiratory Journal, and James Chalmers, future Deputy Chief Editor of the journal. And it is a great pleasure to welcome both of them and to wish them the best for the next 5 years. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Hi, Mark. I'm very well.
Hi, Mark. Very much looking forward to this.
Hi, Martin and James. Good to have you both with me today. So I will start with Martin. So first, many congratulations for your appointment. And I would like to ask you, Martin, what are your main objectives for the next 5 years?
Thanks, Mark. So main objectives, that's, of course, always a flowery question. And just looking back at how the journal developed under the leadership of yourself and Antoine, I think if James and I can keep that ship sailing the way it does, we already achieved a lot. Of course, we are journal editors, and there is an important metric that we all have to obey, which is the impact factor, as much as we may dislike it. But I think we will try to establish the ERJ as a journal that is solidly in the double-digit range. So, as you know, it's been almost 11 in 2017. And we will try to solidify the journal at that range, which means we will continue to look for the best science. We will continue to look for the best peer review system. And we will continue to publish important guidelines, task force statements, and state-of-the-art review articles.
Thank you. So it's great to hear that you will keep on progressing, and we are delighted to hear that. You have started working, of course, on the next stage of the ERJ, and you have identified new roles like section editors. So what will be the role of section and associate editors?
Section editors will facilitate the mission that we have, because now, more than before, we will be forced to even reject work that is very, very good. Yeah. So obviously, with increasing quality of submissions, you may have to make some hard decisions. And we have decided to add a number of section editors. All of them are really superstars internationally in their fields. And these colleagues will help us to make very quick decisions about papers, primarily to answer whether we should peer review some work that is submitted or that whether we should reject it directly. So I think for the authors, it's very important to know that speed is something that we have in mind with that. We would like to not lose time for an author. With peer review, when we and the section editors have the impression that this paper may not make it through the peer review process. Yeah, so, but our aim is really to send about 50% of all manuscripts out for peer review. So far in the last 3 months, that worked extremely well. That will keep our reviewers engaged and will also allow us to be very, very quick with direct reject decisions. So in the last couple of months, that usually happened within a day often. More than 3 or 4 days would be extremely rare to make a direct reject decision without peer review. But that's really the added layer, and so far I think it has worked very well.
Excellent. So I think it's a very good move, and it will be of great help to the authors to have a quick reply. And my feeling is that our authors understand very well when priority is not sufficient to keep a paper under review and it allows them to go faster, in fact. So thank you very much for this. And there is also a new role in the ERJ editorship. It's a statistical editors. We did not have that. It was certainly a limitation of the journal. So you are going to institute that. So what will be the role of the statistical editors?
Mark, I think this is a question that's ideally addressed by James, because he's been very strongly advocating for this, and he has actually found the best way how to handle it. So I think I hand this over to James.
Yeah, so thank you, Martin. Thank you, Mark. I think that we all share the vision of increasing the quality of scientific publishing, and one of the ways that we can do that is to increase the quality and the accuracy of the statistics. The papers that we're receiving at the ERJ are becoming increasingly complex. They use complex methodologies, and so even our associate editors, who are experts, sometimes need help to ensure that the methods in the papers have been done correctly. So most of the major medical journals and a lot of the respiratory journals now have statistical editors, and so from the beginning of January we'll also have a team of statistical editors that will support the associate editors in looking after the papers. Authors shouldn't notice a major difference. We still aim to give the same fast decisions, but you will get additional comments from the statistical editors to ensure that the quality of everything that we're publishing is absolutely at the top.
Well, this is important indeed, and honestly, I thank you both for putting that together. This is, I think, really important. Thank you. So maybe I will ask another question to James. Many people want to publish an article, and some of them feel that there is pressure because of competition, etc. James and Martin, will you consider a fast track option for the articles submitted to the ERJ?
So the short answer to your question, Mark, is yes. We know that the publishing business now is a highly competitive business, and we want to attract the very best papers to the ERJ. So the first thing for authors to know is that they'll get a very fast service for all of the papers at the ERJ. As Martin said, we aim to give a first decision, if that's an immediate reject, within 3 days, and then a decision after the first round of reviews within 4 weeks. So that's a very fast service for all of our manuscripts. If authors identify that there's a really high quality randomized controlled trial or another study that's going to have a major impact in their field, and they feel that needs to be published very quickly, then we encourage the authors to speak to us, and we'll make a determination about whether to fast track that. And we have already fast tracked 2 randomized controlled trials that will be published in January. And so that option is available there for authors when it can be rigorously justified.
Thank you. That's really nice. And I'm the witness here, and I can confirm that you have been able to treat 2 articles within, I would say, 3 weeks with a very high quality of review, revision, and fast track publication. And you put this paper in the spotlight, certainly with the podcast next month. So this is really nice, and congratulations, because it will help our authors, it will serve our readers, and the society will be, I think, the winner at the end of the day. So maybe James or Martin, a quick question about review articles, because it is a very sensitive matter. Many people wish to publish a review article. Do you welcome that somebody send you a proposal for a review article, or review articles should be commissioned by your board? I don't know if James or Martin wish to answer this question.
So review articles are obviously a very important publication type for any journal, and we will have both. So most reviews that are published in the ERJ are commissioned. They are either commissioned by the chief editors, or now increasingly also the section editors, because they know the fields best, and they would also have the best contacts to the best authors and do it that way. We take uncommissioned review articles as well, and they would move through the system just the same way. Sometimes it might be useful for an author to inquire before whether we are interested in a topic or not. But we always tell them that before we see the final product, we cannot really make a firm decision about sending this for peer review and accepting it ultimately. So I think this is a decision that an author can always make at the time when they think about it.
Thank you, Martin. So I think you wanted to ask me a final question before I close. So please, ask me a question, please.
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, James and I, we are really thrilled and honored and maybe a little bit frightened about what is coming towards us, because it's a great journal. It's a challenging task, and it is a great journal because you and Antoine did such a wonderful job. I was just wondering whether you can tell us from your perspective, what do you think was the best about this job in the last 5 years, and what was the best achievement that you had?
Well, thanks for your kind words. And Antoine and myself cannot tell you how happy we are that both you, Martin, and James take the job, because we are sure that you will do a fantastic work. So if I had to say 3 or 4 very brief comments, my first great satisfaction is that we have been able to put together a fantastic board of editors, associate editors, international editors, and members of the board. And what I really enjoyed is that the atmosphere was extremely friendly between us. And this is an achievement, and I think we succeeded for that. The second thing I would like to mention briefly is that we had the feeling that we have to serve the European Respiratory Society, the ERJ, and its readers. And we have never forgotten that the society has a diverse membership ranging from physiology, pediatrics, basic science, clinical research, etc. And we have been always ready to consider papers irrespective of its origin. And we are proud to serve such a diversity of colleagues with great knowledge and a lot of high qualities. We have been very proud to publish guidelines, statements, technical notes, and I would like to say that the relationship with the guideline editor and the guideline director from the ERS has been superb, and people like Marc Miravitles, Guy Brussel, and others have been extremely supportive to the journal, and this was also a great satisfaction. And last but not least, because people like numbers, it was a great satisfaction, a great pleasure to reach an impact factor of 10.6, and we are sure that next year it will be even more. And as we heard from you, Martin and James, we know for sure that you will do your very best to maintain this impact factor at this level. So this is briefly what I wanted to say. I wanted also to thank you both very much, but to thank also a few other people. So first, the last 5 years have been really fantastic for me and for Antoine Dingzhuang. We enjoyed the job very much, and we thank many people. And I take this opportunity to thank the European Respiratory Society, the associate editors of the ERJ, the editorial boards, and some specific people, and I will forget some, and my apologies for forgetting some people, but I would like to say a special thank you to Neil Bullen, to Jill Archer, to Matt Broadhead, to Jonathan Hansen, to Ellen Reeves, and the many outstanding colleagues from the ERS office in Sheffield. And that being said, I would like to wish you all a happy new year, and I wish you will be extremely successful in the future. Thank you, Martin and James.
Thank you very much, Mark, and all the best wishes to everyone as well.
And from me, happy Christmas and happy New Year to everyone.